See how I slid in like that?
Oh
So
God.
I
Okay.
That's how I did that. I just slid in.
You just slid on in.
Matrix.
Oh gosh, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Leisha. What up? We coming to you with high vibes tonight. Lots and lots of high vibes, high vibration. We got
Forget
some
the shenanigans going on over here.
we got some good news tonight.
Oh gosh. Hold on, let me get this popped out here. Cause wow, forgive me, y'all. We in a whole nother world over here. We forgot that we had started things and we over here just going in. But we about to involve y'all in the conversation, and we're gonna get into it this evening, family. We got some things to cover. And first off, this particular video, to be honest, it's not going to have any structure to it. Just gonna let you know right off the rip.
We flowing. We
Okay.
flowing right now, and y'all can flow with us. Just jump into the flow with us.
Yes, and the reason being is that because there are just so many things, so many downloads that have come to the surface within the past 24 hours, hell, within the last couple of hours,
Right.
and we just couldn't choose on just one thing. So we got some things that we're gonna go into as far as the whole labeling of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We're going to get into as far as some things knowing about cycles when it comes to your relationships.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get into some things as far as understanding, like, just our power and how powerful we truly are. So come on in, buckle your seatbelts. This may be a hell of a ride, or it may be a sucky ride. We don't know yet.
We know it's gonna be it's gonna be a heaven of a ride. What's
It's
up,
gonna be
Honeydew? What's up? We got Honeydew in the house.
building.
Our beautiful Honeydew. We
Two
got
souls,
two flames,
one soul.
one soul. I am
Yes.
loving that. I love that name. That
Yes,
is
yes.
a very motivational name. Welcome. And I guess we're gonna let it breathe, give everybody a chance to jump
Yeah.
in and join us. It is Saturday. It is Saturn's Day, right?
Yep. And while we're letting it breathe, we're just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. And this is just for those who are watching this on a replay, or if you're just here for the first time, we want to welcome you. We want to thank you for holding space with us. We wouldn't be here on this platform without you, so thank you. And if you really like what we're doing, we do ask that you do subscribe to the channel. If you like the content that we provide, make sure you put a thumbs up on those videos, including this one. And so that way YouTube knows that you like what you see and you want more of it.
Yes.
Okay. In addition to that, if you've been rocking with us for quite some time and you really want to get a chance to get a little bit deeper connection with Twin Flames Unite, then we do invite you to join our Royal Twin Flame subscription with YouTube. The only thing you need to do if you're watching this live, just drop out of the live chat just for a moment, hit the join. Or if you're watching this on a replay, there should be a join button down below. Just go ahead and hit that join, and it's going to give you access to a lot of different coupons. But most importantly, it's going to give you access to our Royal Twin Flame Zoom meeting. And last night, y'all, was off the chain.
Nice.
We probably ended up with that whole conversation going for about 2 hours.
Yeah, about
So-
2 hour and a half, 2 hours maybe.
So yeah, and this coming Friday, we're going to have unlimited access to the Royal Twin Flames meeting. So we're going to be on there as long as we need to be, because right now it's a lot of building that's going on in those meetings, a lot of
Yes.
encouragement. So definitely, if you would like to be a part of that, join the Royal Twin Flame family so that you can get the link, so that you can join the Zoom calls with us, and we can really get in and chop things up.
Yes, and I am sharing my book that I got. What's that book called? The Healing Remedies, the Forgotten Healing Remedies book. Lots and lots of herbal remedies for all different type of ailments. If you're not too excited about the big pharma, and also we have like recipe books. If you're changing your diet, eating healthy, I'm sharing all of those books with all of our royal twin flames. And this Friday that's coming up, we're doing something really big. We're going to be having like a little, if you want to call it a summit, where we're going to be sharing a lot of information as far as things to eat, things not to eat.
What's up, Live by Love?
What's up, Live by Love?
Live by Love. You got to join the because I know you were on there a few nights ago.
Right.
But next Friday,
we're
gonna be like unlimited,
and it's gonna be big because I'm sharing. I already sent the books to a few. I think I still need to get what's her name, Divine Guidance 333. If you here with us, Divine Guidance.
Well, I got her email.
You got her okay, yeah. We got to send her the email with the books, the recipe books, and the other book the healing book, herbal healing book. So we're gonna send all those books, and this coming Friday we're gonna really dive in to some things that we have been learning about just food in general.
Yes.
So yes. One little tip I'm gonna give away. We shared this in the group, but I think this is something important that everybody needs to know.
Hey, we understand you got to get those studies in. I'm trying to get my studies in now too.
Yeah, do what you got to do. Yeah. But when you go into the grocery store, you have to look for the fruits and vegetables that starts with a number 9 and has 5 digits. So the ones that start with a number 9 and has 5 digits.
What do they call it? The PLU?
I think it's a PLU. That's the one that you look for because that means that it's not GMO and that means that it's organic and it doesn't have pesticides on it. We're going to pull it up so you can see it right now. And you guys can see what to not get because it's important because those pesticides, when you ingest it, it's really, it's not good for you at all on so many different levels. It disrupts your hormones. It's just a whole lot of stuff that you don't need to ingest. And it's a simple fix. You just look for the ones that begin with 9. Those are the organic ones.
Give y'all an example of this real quick. Hopefully I can blow this up big enough so everybody can see it. Give me just a second, family. I'm just blowing it up for you.
Yeah, and this is just a tip. And these are just some of the things that we're going to talk about this coming Friday. Just tips that you need to know. Everybody needs to know these things because we just go about our day-to-day life. We go to the grocery store, really not paying it any mind, but this is something that's important.
Yeah, because now, family, there is a big difference between this lemon and this lemon.
Very big difference.
Okay, now the big difference is that one is GMO and one is organic. Now, this one that you see here with just the 4 digits, just a quick tip. This is GMO, okay? So if you ever see those little codes on the produce section and it only has 4 digits, that's GMO. They've been spraying it. They've been putting wax and other preservatives on it. But if you see things that start with this 9, then that is something that is organic. It hasn't been tampered with. It came straight from Mother Nature.
Right.
Okay.
So just want to be a little bit more mindful, and I thought that tip was very useful to share with everyone. So just be mindful.
Yep. All right. So with that being said, we jumped into quite a few things. And we got quite a few more people that joined in. So we're gonna get right into one of the first, I guess you can say, topics or rants that we're gonna get into this evening.
Who's this? Trayona,
we love you too.
Welcome, and we love you too. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your presence and for you holding space with us.
All right. So this first one, babe, what you got?
All right. So I got some tips here that I wrote down and some things that I wanted to touch on. But first, I want to touch on something that's going to probably strike some nerves.
Oh, boy.
Because I was laying in my bed.
Here we go. Hey, it's no holding punches tonight.
You're not holding punches tonight. But it's not punches. It's just something to get us to think, right? And to really get us to evaluate self. And to see where we at. Hey, Charla, my beautiful Charla. Welcome.
What's up, fam?
What's up, my sweetheart?
What's up?
What up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So this is something that's really, it's gonna make you think, and I want you to think about it, and I want you to really be honest with yourself and see how you feel about it, right? And it's just, again, it's just something that came to me intuitively, and I just wanted to share this for the
Brace
collective.
yourselves. Brace yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys know what a spark is, right? You know what a spark is. You spark something. You start it. You ignite something. You light something, and that's it. So let's say you have a, you guys know match, like a matchbox, right? And so you have a matchbox, and then you have the matches. So the little thing on the side, right? That's the spark for the match. So the only thing that that's supposed to do is to spark the match. That's it. That's all it does. So you ready to light your match because you got a candle and stuff that you got to do. So you come, and you just, there you go. This is a beautiful example. Perfect example.
I'm just
Just put it on out there, because sometimes this is going to be a tough conversation, but sometimes we have to have these tough conversations so that we can grow. Because not a turtle, I'm sorry, a lobster can only grow when it's outside of its shell.
Right.
And that shell is its protection, and it really has to literally leave its protective layer so that it can experience its own evolution. So sometimes we have to have these little uncomfortable conversations so that we can really get to that next level of our awareness. Okay, so do you see how this match is being sparked?
Like, okay, so,
and it has to be rugged. It's a rugged, so that spark can get there.
Yeah, because just to imagine, like, okay, this surface is you, right? And this match is your twin flame. So this twin flame was only supposed to be here just to spark a flame within you. Now the big question is, would you be okay knowing from the beginning that you were just the spark, or they were just the spark? And if you knew that from the beginning, would you even be talking with them?
Would you be comfortable in just being the spark? In twin flame relationship, soulmate relationship, just think about it. In any relationship that you encounter, would you have been okay with it if you knew before engaging in that relationship that the only thing that you were supposed to do was to spark something within them, and then that was it? Just food for thought, just something to think about, something to really ponder on, because when we think about the match, and the surface that it has to really glide on, it's rough. It's a really rough situation, but out of that surface comes that light.
Yeah.
And then that match can go on now to light a candle, right? Because you see the purpose within everything, right? The purpose.
Yeah.
And then that one candle now can go on to light many other candles without taking anything away from itself.
Right.
So you see the process right there? So you have the surface, and then you have the spark. And then you have that match lighting a candle. So that's the purpose.
Yeah.
And then that other candle just lighted many other candles. So going back again to being the spark.
Yes.
Because if you didn't have that spark, there would be no match that would be lit, and there would be no that candle won't be lit, and then all those other candles won't get lit.
Look, because of that match, the whole neighborhood barbecue just went down. Now imagine that you didn't have that match,
right?
And the neighborhood cook-off couldn't start. And that's amazing, because even when you think about it, because most of the times if you have a neighborhood cookout, right, at the minimum you're gonna have about 100 people, right? Okay, and just this one little match,
that's it,
This one little match, just like Yahshua fed 10,000 people with two fish and the loaves of bread.
Right.
You feeding 100 people off of one match that was supposed to start everything so that everybody can eat.
Mm-hmm. And now, would you be okay with just being that spark?
Mm.
Just food for thought. You know,
Yeah.
just things to come into your awareness, because sometimes that's the case. Sometimes we are just that spark.
Yep.
And then these are the type of things that brings us into the vibration of unconditional love.
Yep.
Right? In knowing that, you know, I'm starting something that within this lifetime, I know I won't be around to enjoy it. And just being okay with that. Like that's that ancestral spirit. Like you got to think about it. All of those ancestors that did the things that they did, that paved the way that they paved, just kept on going, so that, you know, their offsprings in the future, maybe 3 or 4 generations ahead, right, is able to enjoy something that they know in their lifetime they're not going to be able to enjoy it.
Right.
That's unconditional love.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you all have seen this particular meme. I can't find it at this present moment, but there's a meme that's been going around for quite some time of a dad going out with his son and planting a tree. And when he plants the tree, he said that one day you're going to appreciate this tree. And then the next clip is the son with their child picking an apple from the tree that his dad planted with him long time ago. See, sometimes we're just here to just get things started.
Yeah.
If there was nobody here to get things started, we wouldn't be here right now.
Right. And sometimes we have to be okay in just being the spark. Right?
Yeah.
This is a big boy, big girl conversation. You know?
Yes.
Just coming into the realization that everything has its purpose, reason, and rhyme. Like my mom used to always tell me, Leisha, everything has purpose, reason, and rhyme. Be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, Mom.
Yeah, but when I was younger, she looked crazy. I'm just gonna be honest. My mom used to say the craziest, wildest things when I was young, and I used to look at her like, this lady crazy. But now that I'm older, she don't look that crazy anymore.
No,
she really don't. A lot of stuff that she told me, and you know, my mom she's a very wise woman, because she know that those things didn't make a piece of sense to me, not a lick of sense, but she understood that my subconscious was listening. So even though my conscious mind, you know, my frontal lobe hadn't developed that, she was like, man, I'm gonna put this in her subconscious, because she understands how the mind works.
Right.
So she would sit there and she would just talk to me for hours and hours, and just because she knows that my subconscious is loading.
Right.
That wheel is it's recording. And she knows that when I get older, and maybe one day when she's not around, she would have done what she needed to do. She would have given me the tools that I needed to live a fruitful life.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, for this next topic, this actually goes into something that everyone should be aware of, but not everybody is aware of this. Okay? Which is, we're going into the 7 Hermetic principles. But we're not going to go through all of them. We're not going to take up your time like that this evening.
No.
We're just going to talk about one of the Hermetic principles.
Let's dive in.
And I'm just going to pull up this chart just so if it's something that you're not familiar with, we're just going to breeze over the 7, but there's one in particular that we are going to go into. So let me get this pulled up here. Hopefully I can make this big enough so everybody can see it.
Will be nice.
Yeah. Because we just want to see the basics. We're just looking at the basics, getting back to square one. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to show these, and I'm just going to scroll through it until we get to the one that we really want to get into. Okay? So if you're not familiar with the 7 Hermetic principles, we're just going to touch on the 7 real quick, but there's one in particular that we're going to get into. The first one is mentalism, which means that everything starts in your mind. Your thoughts, your fears, all of that starts in your mind. The law of correspondence, As above, so below, as within, so without. And this is one that I have been meditating on real strong recently, but that's for another video.
Right.
The next one is vibration. Everything vibrates.
Right.
Even a rock vibrates. When you look at it down to its molecular structure, down to the atoms, it vibrates. Polarity. Everything has its extreme opposites. Let me move this over. Move this up, actually.
There you go.
Okay. Polarity. Everything has its extreme dual extremes, like from the negative to the positive. So it's in everything. And the one that we're going to get into is gender, which means that everything consists of a male and female parts, whether it's energy, things of that nature, they both contain both. Okay. Then we have the law of rhythm, which means that everything has a cycle. And then last but not least, we have the, let me transition that up. Let's see what he's doing out there. Kids outside. But the last one is cause and effect, which is self-explanatory. Something happens and then something else follows right behind it.
Right. You slap somebody, just know they might slap you the hell back. That's it. Cause and effect.
That's how it works.
Real simple.
All right. But the one that we're going to be talking about and diving right into right now is the law of gender, which once again, in the law of gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests in all planes. Now, so, okay, Chris and Leisha, we understand that everything has gender, but do you really? And I'm talking in general, so don't think I'm pointing fingers, okay? But just talking to everybody in general, because one of the things in the twin flame community is that they're always talking about my divine masculine and my divine feminine, which is cool, but in the context in which it's being said, it's like it's being separated, as if this individual is not a part of you, or also in the aspect that just because you're a divine feminine, it almost has this feel like you don't have a divine masculine already inside of you, or vice versa. Because I definitely understand that I have a divine feminine within inside of me, so I'm awakening the divine goddess within myself, and my baby is awakening the divine God within her. So this is just one thing that we hear so much, and it's just a disconnect from that. And it's just a matter of speaking to it to bring awareness to it, because yes, you do have a divine masculine that's out there. You have your twin flame, whether they're in this plane or they're in the etherical astral plane or things of that nature, they are here. But one thing that we cannot forget is that we do have both divine feminine and divine masculine within us. And that's where our true powers lie, when we accept both as us.
As one.
Speak to that.
Oh, how are you going to put me to speak? You see what he did?
I like saying that now. This is like so powerful, boy.
Look what he did. He don't. That's a build-up. You just gonna throw it at me like that? I can't match. Okay, let me try. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna speak to it. I'm speaking to it right now.
Oh boy.
You are spoken to. Okay, no. So the divine masculine and the divine feminine, guys. The whole duality aspect of it, the whole separation where, I'm the divine feminine, you're the divine masculine, I'm half, you're half, and we come together and we are whole. That's the old paradigm way of looking at things, right? That's why, you feel so broken or you feel so empty and things of that nature when we are really whole within ourselves already, right? And, when you come together, it's really like having a nice, how do you say, accessory. right? It's an
Mm.
accessory, and
Mhm.
it's beautiful and it works nice together, and it's a really nice dance that takes place. But definitely, you're still whole. You're a whole being. You have everything that you need to be whole and fulfill whatever you're doing in whatever plane of existence that you are. Okay, and so in knowing that, it is time for us to come bring that version within ourselves together. Me, divine masculine, divine feminine. Baby, divine masculine, divine feminine.
Bring it together.
Bring it together and just boom.
Yeah.
Okay? And just moving forward and building on that.
Yeah, because this is look, we done with the boyfriend girlfriend thing.
Yeah.
We are adults, and we're gonna act as such.
Right. And then understanding that these are just it's energy signatures, right? And it all serves its purpose. And so, in order for us to really operate as a whole, we want to be able to utilize the divine masculine and the divine feminine within ourselves.
Yeah.
So that
'Cause
we'll
we
be
have
able
that.
to, yeah, we do. We
And
possess it.
What did Seven call that? Gosh, I forgot the name of that picture with the lion pulling the girl out of the tomb. What was the name of it?
But
Gosh.
yeah, what they did in the Masonic thing.
Yeah, I forgot what he called the name of it, but keep going. I'm gonna pull it up.
Oh gosh, I forgot the name too. But anyhow, we have to come to a point where we're operating as a whole being instead of having this half of being existence. That mindset. That's coming from a lack mindset, feeling that you're empty or you're needing. You're already whole within self. It's just a matter of us connecting those energies within ourselves, right? And now, also another thing that I wanted to touch on is really this whole aspect of possession.
Speak to that.
Pos-
Speak to that.
possession
Please speak to that.
and codependency, right? So when we think of possession, you feel like something or somebody belongs to you. Oh, that's my man.
That's my woman.
That's my woman, right? No, this is incorrect. Because you won't be able to when this physical vessel, when you leave this plane of existence, right? All the things that you take with you to the other side is what's yours. Okay, so the Gucci bag, the Newports, the Black and Milds, the wine, the $1 million house, those things they're not yours, okay? And you won't take them with you when you leave this existence. So those things are what we consider to be possessions, and they weigh us down, they make us heavy. And in order for us to really get to different stages of evolution and for us to evolve on a soul level, we got to get light.
Yes.
And all those things
Gotta
just
start letting go of things.
letting go. Those things
Okay,
weigh
here
us
we go.
down, okay, on a spiritual level. It makes us very heavy. And you don't want to be heavy when you're traveling. You want to be very light-hearted, light-spirited, right? You want to get that carburetor spinning really nice and bright. So we have to let go of all of these things that we call possessions. Now, we're not saying not to honor the things or the people that make a difference in your current existence. Absolutely. You honor these things. You cherish them. You appreciate them. Lots of gratitude. But the whole possession mindset, got to let go of that. Got to let go of the possession mindset. And this is what causes a lot of pain and a lot of grief when we have that whole possession mindset. Right? We have Honey Pot in the house. Welcome,
What's
sweetie.
up, Honey Pot?
Blue Diamond Dust. Welcome. Goddess 999. Welcome, guys. Welcome to all the royal twin flames in the house.
Yes.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
What up? What up?
Honey
what
Pot
up,
says,
what
so
up,
I've
what up,
learned
what up?
that love is not possession, but I learned too late. Who saw? Oh, wow. Now that's a beautiful song. Who wrote that? Right. That is beautiful.
Yes. Because love is
Yeah.
it's not possession.
It is not.
Because and this is something we talked about on the previous video. Because at some point, loving someone also involves letting them go.
Sometimes.
For example, like for our children,
Yeah.
right? We love our children. We want the best for our children. We want to keep them safe as much as possible. But at some point, we understand that they have outgrown our nest
Yes.
and that it is time for them to flee the coop. It is time for them to leave the nest.
Yep.
Okay? And that same principle applies to relationships. Because in these relationships, especially when it comes to a twin flame, we're talking about the evolution of our souls. And if that evolution has reached its peak, then what are you there for? Instead of just holding on to a title or holding on to the appearance of what it looks like. We got to be real with ourselves and ask us, what the hell are we doing with this relationship? Where's this ship taking us? Okay?
You gonna tell me speak to that?
I'm gonna tell you speak to that in just a second.
Dang, I had something real good to say.
But
Okay,
speak to that.
No,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wish you had said speak to that, man. I would have jumped in there like boom. I was ready.
But one thing is, and this is something that Seven brought up in his video, and this is something that I went through as well. Okay? Now, what you're looking at here is what's called the grip of the lion's paw. This is a initiation that is done, and this initiation is something that's done inside Masonic temples. I just dropped a secret.
Look at you. You over here, honeypot. She said, "Isn't there a love oracle card that love allows and doesn't claim?" Ooh, that is beautiful. Ooh. That is beautiful. And Michael Jackson, she's out of my life. Yep, that's a nice one too. Yeah, that's an awesome message.
I get it.
I like that, baby. Can we pin that?
Which one?
The one that honeypot put. She said, "Love allows and doesn't claim." Right there. Love allows and doesn't claim.
Oh.
Yeah, we should pin that one. That's awesome. That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, but speaking to this image here, right? Okay, now this is the part of, this is some very esoteric stuff. This is really talking about the Masonic things, but this is something that I had spoke to in the video that we did about the miseducation of the divine masculine. Okay, and the reason that I felt so strong with this is that because this image or this scene that is going on right here is one of the last rituals that are done in the Masonic Lodge, where you are essentially put to death and someone comes and raises you out of a coffin. Now, what's going on here is that this lion is the divine masculine. And as you can see, he has quite a few different symbols here. You got to pay close attention to this, family, when you look at these images. And I'm going to scroll in just a little bit more so that you can see what is in his hand. Because when you look at this top right here, this staff, this is Hermes Trismegistus staff. Okay? We're talking about divine masculine energy that is waking up the divine feminine energy who has been asleep. She has been asleep. She has been dead. And she has been risen from the grave like Lazarus. Because the divine feminine has been asleep, dormant within us. But it is because of our divine masculine that is within us that wakes up the divine feminine that is within us. And how do we know that we're talking about the divine feminine? If you look in her hand, she is holding the key of life. She is holding the key of life.
Hold on now. Speak to that, baby. Speak to that.
So when you're talking about the key of life, who brings life into this world? The divine feminine.
Which is the creator energy.
And just to make it even more plain, because this is something that we've talked about before, the divine feminine brings birth to those ideas, to those desires, to those imaginations that we have. You know, this divine masculine, he comes through with the logical sense. Okay, we got this, we got these desires, we got these images, and we got this and that and whatnot. But how are we gonna bring it to this 3D?
And then just to interject right there, when people say, "Oh, I need some inspiration. Let me smoke some reefer. Let me get some marijuana. Let me get some let me get some Mary Jane because my writer's block. I need some help with my writer's block." When you think about all of those plant medicine, Mother Ayahuasca, what is it? Mother Ayahuasca, right? Mushrooms, right? All of these psychedelics, things that they call psychedelics that literally open up your third eye. This is the feminine. So your creator aspect needs some help. So these plants are feminine plants. So the marijuana, the one that gives you the so-called high that you're looking for, it's the feminine energy of that plant that opens up your creative flow. And then the feminine energy is the creator energy. Right?
Oh boy.
So wanted to interject there real quick.
This is what we're talking about as far as, yes, you have your person that you're living this life out with. Okay? And I have to be very careful with the words that I'm saying because they can really get twisted and chopped up and screwed. So they're probably told a little bit of my age too. But when it comes to divine masculine and divine feminine, please understand that they are one and the same. They're not things that are separate. You have divine masculine and divine feminine within you. It is the divine masculine within you to awaken the divine goddess. And once that divine goddess is awakened, then you need to realize who that divine goddess is. And once we understand who we are, we start to remember who we are and what we're here for. And then we really step into our power and we really step into our purpose.
Yes. Kelrick, he said, yo, Chris, Alicia, I was contemplating telling you that I took LSD. Sacred stuff. Then I heard you talk about ayahuasca. I took LSD October 8th, 2 days ago. Well, you know what? Listen.
It says beyond me.
It is beyond you.
It is beyond you.
It is above you.
Yes.
Literally.
I had an ego death, second awakening. There you go.
It is above you.
Now, one thing you want to do, Kelrick, is that you want to cultivate that because what happens when you take LSD or when you take ayahuasca even, what you're doing is that you're taking a backdoor entrance. And that backdoor entrance is not going to be permanent.
Right.
But you can help keep that going as much as possible by your meditations, by just really going within and doing your shadow work. This is a beautiful time for you to do that because right now it's probably opened you up to a lot. And
this is a good it's a good opportunity to get you to see, the other side because Mother Ayahuasca shows you the world. Like she gives you her information, right? Yes. She shows you because Mother Ayahuasca, giving. She's a give. It's a mother plant, so she's giving you stuff that these I'm not gonna name names, but try to keep us from really experiencing.
Right.
But yeah, that's another way to do it too. But like my baby said, just keep that up because now what you can do is because
not so much the LSD and the
stuff, but the what it does is the LSD is kind of like a fake version of the plant medicine. It's kind of like a imitation of the plant medicine, but similar effects. But keep that going within yourself because you could create your own DMT. So you can take your own trips by your body producing it by itself. Yes. And you can have your own experiences instead of being dependent on that third party to provide you with that energy.
And actually, you know what? Because we talk about that a lot on this channel, but we really haven't given any demonstrations on it. And that's a particular topic that's more for an adept as far as the breath work. Because believe me, you can ask my baby.
Yeah.
there have been quite a few times
Yeah.
that after I finished doing breath work, I felt like I just hit like 20 blunts.
Yeah, and you get really light. You get light, literally light. You get lightheaded. Your body gets light. So it's plenty of different ways that you can go about doing it on your own, because our body is meant to do it can do these things. It's just because of all of the films that's been put on us and around us and in us that we sometimes need some help. But Honeypot said she wanted us to talk about forcing that creativity through the overuse of those plants, like strategies to help folks learn alternatives that we can use instead. Yeah, I believe that's what we just touched upon.
And Honeypot, what I'm thinking about doing is that for our Royal Twin Flames, because like I said, once again, this is something for adepts. This is not something that what does he call it for the one that's just getting in, the neophytes?
Neophytes.
Yeah.
Not adepts, neophytes.
Yeah, this is something for adepts and not neophytes. And when we say adepts, we're talking about people who are really seeking for knowledge.
Yeah.
The neophytes are the ones who are just getting into this knowledge and they're kind of playing around.
The babies.
But for our Royal Twin Flames, what we can do if, because I know my baby already got some stuff scheduled for this coming Friday, probably on the next Friday, if you all are up for it, I will give a complete breakdown on breath work. And hopefully you can be in an area, in a setting where you're not going to be disturbed for a couple of minutes, and I'll go through and walk y'all through how to do this breath work and how to do it properly, and start releasing your own DMT that's already in your body and start taking some trips.
Right, and and that's actually better. I always compare it to because I've had a baby, so for the ones of you who've had a baby, you might be able to follow along with me. If you hadn't experienced childbirth, you can watch a YouTube video, right?
Yeah.
So with having a backdoor drug to doing it, let your brain take you on the trips. This is how I compare it, right? With one of my sons, it was my first son. It was natural birth. It was really hard. It was hard, but I did it naturally, right? With my second son, they gave me penicillin, the one that speeds up your Pitocin. That's what it's called. I think so. It's one of them P drugs.
Yeah.
And they put it in intravenously.
The needle shot.
The needle shot. They put it in a bag, right? Pitocin, I think it's called.
Yeah.
But they did that because I was not dilating fast enough. Apparently, I was going from 2 to 3 centimeters for hours, and that's what it was doing. It wasn't doing anything else. And the Indian doctor refused to do a C-section. Like, he was really religious and whatever. So he's like, we're gonna get this done today. And so he did that. He induced my labor. And let me tell you, I listened. I was telling everybody, well, it was nice meeting you. It was nice being here on this planet. I know I'm going now. I'm not going to make it, because it was forced. So the labor felt like it was not natural. It didn't gradually, because with my first son, it was a gradual thing. So it built it way up to 3 to 4, to 5. And each time it was building up, my body was preparing itself to go to a higher state of pain, of endurance. So it's like my body was training me to deal with this pain. Okay, you got that. I'm gonna take it up a little notch. Now you deal with that pain. The Pitocin? No sir, no ma'am. That thing took me from 3 centimeters to 9. So I didn't have a chance to go through those phases to get myself used to the different levels of pain. It was just from one pain to the next real fast. So this is how I kind of compare doing the DMT naturally through meditation. Your body allows you to develop some type of I don't know if you want to say resistance, or it's like a gradual thing versus doing the other assistance. It's kind of like, whoa. So that's just if you want to draw the comparison.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
And to Lashanda Bentley, when it comes to well, let me just put your question out here. It says, why do people preach that you are not that you
that you two not to come into you. Okay, maybe she got to rephrase the question.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not understanding that question. Yeah. Yeah, and so Blue Diamond, definitely make sure that you either check out the community board so that you can get the link to the Zoom calls, and if you just can't figure it out, just email us and we'll make sure to add you
Yes.
to the calendar so that you'll automatically get those reminders that
Mhm.
include the link to the Zoom call. But to Miss Bentley, if I'm understanding your question or reading into it, is that there are a lot of people that are out there that are preaching that you are not going to come in union with your twin. But you know, that's like the government telling you to put on a mask.
Because it's good for
You
your
gotta
health.
you gotta understand that this is your journey.
Yes.
This is your experience.
Yes.
And you can design it however you want to experience it.
That's right.
Now, the only thing that you don't have any control over, which the government needs to understand as well, is that you don't have control over other people's will.
That's why
Okay.
it's called free.
Right. So, with that being said, it doesn't matter what anybody outside of you say. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to put it like this, and I'm just going to put it plain. And this is not pointed towards you, Miss Bentley. This actually is more in a general sense. Is that we have to take our power back.
All the way back.
Even when it comes down to like doctors, like for example, people go for their breast exams, and then the doctor tells them, "Oh, I'm so sorry to tell you, you've been diagnosed with stage such and such breast cancer," and then they go down into a whole downward spiral because, oh my God, I got the big C.
Right.
But then there's some people who say, "Fuck what the doctors are saying. I'm gonna live my life." And they actually end up beating cancer to the point that it never shows up in their bodies again. So when it comes down to it, we are responsible for the experience that we are responsible for the lives that we are experiencing right now. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Like I had a lady. Just a quick story. My mom knew this lady. She got diagnosed with some form of cancer. And the doctor told her that she's gonna have to go on chemo, yada yada. And so the lady was like, "Well, if I'm gonna have to go on chemo and do all this stuff, let me go home, which is where I'm from, St. Vincent. Let me go home and enjoy myself for a couple months, and then I'm gonna come back up and I'm gonna see about doing this whole chemo thing." So she went home to St. Vincent, and she started drinking soursop juice. She just ate organic while she was in St. Vincent for the couple of months, all organics. But she did a lot of the soursop tea, the soursop leaf. She drank a lot of the tea, and she ate a lot of soursop. Whatever. She just did a
She
lot
really
of.
cleaned out the body.
She did. She did a lot of natural, organic foods, fresh foods while she was home. So she came back up to the States, to go to the doctor to see, okay, let's do this. So when she went back to the doctor and they ran the test, the doctor was like, huh. He was like, the cancer's gone. And she's like, the cancer's gone? What you mean the cancer is gone? He's like, it's not there anymore. What did you do? And so she told him. She went home and she had fun. She went to the beach. She did her soursop treatment, whatever. And it was gone.
I got something to say after you finish.
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to let them know the different mindsets.
This is one, especially for our women, and this is one that it really is coming from here. So please forgive me if it comes out real raw. Okay. Right now we are in the month of October, which is quote unquote Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Wow, it is?
Right? And this is the thing that really pisses me off, because we got so many races that's talking about, we're raising money for a cure for breast cancer, and we're raising money to help the women and things of that nature. But the real fucked up thing is that there's already a cure for cancer, and there's already a cure for AIDS and HIV.
And there are already preventative methods, plenty of preventative methods.
I'm about to speak to that. Speak to that.
Because
Because the thing is that And you know what? This may be the thing that gets our video pulled from YouTube because they really don't want y'all to know this. Because there have been so many studies that have been buried. You won't be able to, if you find them, you're lucky. It's like winning the lottery. But there have been studies that have been done as far as if you keep your body alkaline, which means that you stop eating these processed foods, these GMO stuff that we just showed y'all earlier, that starts with the 4. And if you start eating the organic stuff that starts with the 9, then you start alkalining your body. When you stop eating all that junk food, all of that soda, all of this.
It's in the food, pretty much. It's in the food. So this is my baby's trying to say it's very contradictive. It's extremely contradictive. That they would tell you that they're raising awareness and they're raising money for such and such, but then in the same breath, like let's say the grocery stores, let's say it's let's say it's the month of October is the awareness for the breast cancer business, right? And you have the grocery stores, maybe Walmart, maybe Walgreens, maybe what's some other one? Whole Foods, all of these big grocery stores and big businesses, right? They fund this. I'm just trying to get you to see the bullshit. They're gonna fund the study and the research towards the whole awareness of the breast cancer, whatever cancer that they're researching or they're funding. But, however, when you look in the grocery stores, they're selling products that are giving the population cancer.
And to the other thing, look at what month we're in. Because right now, unfortunately, sports is back on. I used to be a sports fan. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be a sports fan, but when I realized the fuckery that it was, I said, "Fuck it, I'm not watching it anymore."
Yeah, when you realize how it all started.
But right now, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But when you go into the grocery stores, what are they selling people? Beer. They're selling people all types of sodas. Like you got buy one get one free on the 24 pack of Coca-Cola. You got all of these different chips that are filled with grease. Buy one get one free. That's filled with carcinogenics and all of the bad fats into your body, which is causing cancerous types things.
Let's not forget emulsifiers. So they put emulsifiers in the food so it can have longer shelf life. It's putting life on the shelf, but it's taking life away from you. But then they want to go and donate to the research. Like this stuff is stupid. It doesn't make sense. Just don't sell those things that cause those cancerous stuff.
Because during the month of October, they promote more crap to put in your body to cause the cancers.
Because if you don't provide a house or something, it can't live there. So you're providing the perfect house for your body to house these different ailments. Okay.
So make sure we still alive.
Yeah, we still alive. They ain't gonna cut us. It might not get played that much.
It might not
we don't care.
Yeah,
we don't care. We saying the truth.
Real.
And for ladies, I advise you to watch what deodorants that you're using.
Exactly.
Because a lot of these deodorants, you gotta think about it. This is your armpits and your breast is right here. Okay. So when you put the deodorants on, you know you have pores, and our pores they pull in whatever you put in there. Right. Even our skin, the biggest organ in our body, it has pores. So so whatever you put underneath here, it's not just staying right there. It's actually going into your body. So you want to definitely pay attention to the type of deodorants that you're using, because that too can add to the situations that we're facing with this uproar of breast cancer stuff, right?
Right.
So I don't use deodorant. Like I stopped using deodorant a very long time ago.
And she still smell good.
And I still smell alright. So, but yeah, it's different things that you can use to cleanse your armpits. Like I know lemon is very good to keep your armpits if you don't want it to smell musty.
Oh, nice. God, it's $9.99. Making our own deodorant.
See, smart people on here.
Yeah.
So you can make your own deodorant. Like I just use lemon. Lemon it's natural and it works. You smell good with the lemon, and it's alkaline, so it keeps your under armpit alkalized and in balance. So gives
Yep.
you a good pH balance. The lemon,
Mhm.
just FYI, right?
Yep. And well, I wanted to know, why do some teach that twin flames are?
Okay, so let's put that, Lashonda. We're gonna put that in the we're gonna put that to
We're
rest.
just gonna pin that for right
We
now.
we're gonna put that to rest right now. Okay.
Okay. But there's one thing that
You got something in there?
something that Alexis has said that I
Oh,
think is one of the points that you wanted to touch on.
she said so,
concerning
there are
that.
people who project their own.
Yep, the projection.
Okay, boom.
Yeah.
I see. I love Alexis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the next one that we
Speak
want
to
to
that.
talk.
Speak to that.
Well, I don't remember what you.
Okay, my bad.
I mean, you wrote down the notes.
We didn't do it right. Hold
Okay.
on. Okay.
So speak to that.
Okay. Shiny Pot said, there are people who project their own limited experience onto others.
Mhm.
It's wrong to do this when you are reading for other people. Facts, okay? So there are people who are not healed, and we spoke about this in one of our last yesterday we spoke about this. There are people who are not fully healed, okay? And instead of doing their healing, instead of doing their shadow work, instead of really doing the integration so that they're more effective in assisting, I guess they decide that they're going to go out and help anyhow. So just to give you a visual of what that looks like, that's like me having maybe a really big cut on my hand, right?
Mhm.
And I'm running out to go help people with their groceries. You know, I'm hugging everybody.
Bleeding everywhere.
You just bleeding everywhere. You just messy. Instead of you going upstairs, you know, getting your bandage, you know, healing up your stuff, you know, putting your little stitches where you need to be, covering it, then going about doing what you got to do.
Right.
There are a lot of people who don't do that. A lot of it has to do with ego. A lot of it has to do with trauma that they're not dealing with, right? So
Yep.
it's plenty of different reasons why you will get this distortion of people going and providing this type of information. Now,
Right.
again, everything is about resonance.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I want to get into about resonance. That's
Okay.
actually the next one that I'm going to go into. And it starts with our emotional intelligence, right? Our
Mhm.
energy management system.
Right.
How is that, right? And we have to really be at a point where we are being responsible for the energy that we are giving to other people and also receiving, vice versa. We gotta be grown ups, okay? We have to definitely be responsible and to understand when it's a certain point in time when you will observe, which you would look
Mm-hmm.
at the situation, you're looking at it, you're observing, and not absorb.
Nice.
So we have to be at a place where we can tell the difference, right? Because if not, then we get mixed up and construed and we get confused. And we don't understand, and overstand somebody who is distorted or out of balance or out of alignment, right?
Mhm.
We think that what they're saying, whenever somebody says something to you and it doesn't fit, don't force it.
No.
Don't make it fit. It's not fitting for a reason. Even with us, if we're saying something and it doesn't resonate with you, don't force it.
Mm-mm.
If it's meant for you to receive it, you will receive it with no problem. It's like somebody is it's like a remembering. It will feel like a remembering versus, I don't know. This just don't I don't know. They said this. Let me ask somebody else. No, don't ask nobody else. If it does not resonate, it does not resonate for a reason.
Right.
And never force it to fit.
Yeah.
All right?
And actually, just to double back just a little bit, if you get a diagnosis from a doctor and they're telling you that you're going to die in such and such time frame, if that don't resonate with you, then you ain't got to accept it.
Mm-hmm. Go someplace else. Look, Blue Diamond Dust says my son is allergic to what baby? How you say that?
It's a
Petrolatum.
chemical.
Oh,
So that's why she buys.
that's a big farmer word.
Yeah, that's a big farmer word. So that's
So
why
that's
she
why I
buys
buy
plant-based.
plant-based vegan. See,
Mhm.
so she knows. Like these doctors, Come on now. How are they gonna pay for their Bentleys and their $1 million houses if you ain't sick? You really gotta be thinking about these things. Alexis says women who have breast cancer cannot use deodorants with aluminum chloride. Any citrus over time will quill the underarm stench. Lymph nodes are under the arm and stuff goes in the bloodstream. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. And you know what, family? That's one thing that because we had went in early with this, and I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
But anyway, I wanted to touch on this really quickly because this one has to do with relationships in general. When you're in a relationship with someone, whether it's platonic or romantic relationship, this is really important for you to pay attention to, right? Now, when you're in a relationship with someone, you might start out you really on your journey, your spiritual journey, and you feel like you're really making some progress in your evolution. And when you probably meet your twin flame, your soulmate, or whoever, they might be like here, right? They might not have put in a lot of work. They might have done a lot of shadow work, whatever, the integration. They might be very 3D if you want to put a term on it, right? Very materialistic, very 3D, very, oh, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. Who knows, right? But you're constantly working on yourself. Let's say the person, they started, because of what you're doing, the work that you're doing, they start asking questions and they start leveling up. So now they're leveling up. They're right here. And as they're leveling up, you're continuously working on yourself, so you're leveling up some more. Now, this individual decides that, I'm tired of working on myself. I'm comfortable where I'm at right now. And you're like, well, you know what? I want to continue growing. And so you continue growing. Now, what's going to happen eventually, you guys are no longer going to be a vibrational match.
No.
Frequency wise, you guys are going to be listening to two completely different stations. You're going to be up here on Hot 97. They're going to be over here in Kiss FM. And the communication is going to get very chaotic because no matter what you say, they're not going to be able to hear you, and vice versa. So now you have a choice to make. Am I going to stay in this relationship? Or am I going to just release the individual and allow them time to do their work and allow them time to grow? Okay? So this is just a conscious decision that you're going to have to make at some point in the game. And it's not that you're better than the person. Because sometimes we could feel like, oh, I'm meditating every day, Oh, snap, I'm vegan now. Look at you. You still eating them deaders. You put down the chicken. Don't do that.
Can't do that. That's like people who work out be looking at people that's fat.
Like, look at
like a Diet Coke.
Look at you.
What you think they're going to do?
Put down the Diet Coke, go drink some water. See, we can't get there, right?
Can't get there.
We can't do that. We have to, it's called unconditional love, right? Where you understand that you were not always where you were. It took time for you to really build, even if it's a couple lifetimes. It still took time for you to build to get to where you're at right now.
Right.
Okay? So, you just have to come to make that conscious decision in knowing, my soul growth is number one priority on my list. And if I stay in this relationship, it's really gonna stunt my growth. I love this person.
Yes.
And I love myself also. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna release this person and I'm gonna continue growing.
Right.
It's one decision. The next decision is I'm gonna stay in this relationship. Now just know that when you stay in that relationship, it's gonna stunt your growth. Your growth on a spiritual level is gonna be stunted. So you just have to make these decisions. These are big decisions that you got to make sometimes. But you have to be able to see the situation for what it is and not what you want it to be.
Right.
To be able to take yourself from one phase to the next in your evolution. Just be honest with yourself.
Yep.
And just wanted to just touch on that real quick.
Yep. And just one last thing before we head out of here, because we're getting close to the end, family. But this is one thing that I really wanted to show you all, because when we talk about the health industry and We're talking about these
Oh,
doctors
you
and
gonna be
things of that
petty like
nature.
that, baby?
Oh, I'm about to be real petty
You on the committee?
because
You doing volunteer work today?
oh, I'm a freelancer, so I can jump onto the petty committee anytime.
Oh my god!
But this is an actual photo that I took. When did I post this?
This was
thing?
sometime last year.
This was
This is what, it's right there.
oh
The date is right
2000.
there.
So yeah, I actually took this picture on May 22nd, 2018, and this picture is in what would be called the underprivileged part of town. Okay, I mean your low income residents. This is the hospital that is inside of the low income residents. Okay, but as you can see here, this is the doctor's car at a hospital that's that's inside of a low income community. This is a Bentley, and it wasn't a old Bentley. This, if my memory serves me correct, was a 2016 Bentley.
I wonder how many people had to die for him to be able to afford that.
Oh, a lot of people had to die. A lot of people had to go to the hospital in order for him to be able, or her to have this.
You know what I
vehicle.
wanted to show them? Remember that video that I showed you on Facebook that what's her name posted with the lady calling out his salary. That's funny. I want to play that. Could we log in?
I'm gonna see if I can get to it.
Go log
But
into
yeah,
your
just,
Facebook, baby. That is hilarious. Listen, this lady came for this man so good, guys. She came for this doctor all the way from the light side. She had a whiteboard out in the courtroom. This shit was so hilarious. I hope you could
Did you
pull
send
it
it
up.
to me?
But you could go to my page. I think I posted it.
Okay.
Listen, this lady had the whiteboard out. Listen, guys, you got to see this. This thing is hilarious. The lady put $15 million on the whiteboard, and she had the doctor watching her write on the whiteboard. And she was like, Dr. Such and Such, do you recognize this number that I'm putting here? He was like, well, it kind of maybe reminds me of my compensation. She was like, that's right. This is your compensation that you made last year. $15 million. This doctor made $15 million in compensation within a couple years. Mm-hmm. And that's just his compensation. He had bonuses on top of the compensation. And you won't believe how he made his bonus, guys. This MF made his bonus by raising the price of a drug that people needed, I think, for diabeticals. This is what they say, diabeticals.
Diabeticals?
That's what they say, diabeticals. For people who are diabetic, he raised the price. Because if he didn't raise the price, then he won't get his, what was it, $5 million bonus? He won't get the bonus if he didn't raise the price. Now, he raised the price because, not because the drug got better or because people were doing better. No, he raised the price because he know that he needed to get his bonus. And it's the only way he was going to get his bonus. Mm-hmm. There it go right there. We're going to play this, family. Y'all listen up.
Hold on.
Listen up, family. This shit is hilarious. It's not funny, but it's funny. The way how she just called his ass out.
See.
We're going to play this for y'all because it's funny. I was just appalled. I couldn't believe she called him out like that. Oh, it's 13 million. Check this out, family. Check this shit out.
Hold on. I'm just trying to get it situated.
See, this is why we have to go back to herbal remedies.
All right, so hold on. Let me just get this squared up on the screen.
Y'all won't believe
and
this
shit. We just gonna show y'all this, and we gonna ride out after this.
Yep, and this is real. This is facts.
So we're gonna start it from the beginning.
Watch this, family.
It's only about a minute, so just
pay attention, family. Look at this.
Do you know what this number is?
Does
it ring any bells?
I think you're referring to my compensation in some way.
Yeah, well, in some way, this was your compensation in 2017 for being CEO of Celgene, and that's a lot of money. It's 200 times the average American's income and 360 times what the average senior gets on Social Security. Now, of that 13 million, about 2.1 million came from your company hitting yearly earning targets. And more than half of the bonus formula was based on those targets. Any increase in the price of Revlimid would also increase your bonus by increasing earnings. Isn't that right, Mr. Ellis?
If revenues increased and expenses did not, then earnings would be enhanced.
Thank you. Mr.
That
Ellis,
was a
in fact,
part
the
of the
Oversight
calculation
Committee
of my
found that if you
compensation.
hadn't increased the price of Revlimid, you wouldn't have gotten your bonus. Mr. Ellis, do you know how much you personally received in bonuses over 2 years, the last 2 years, just because Celgene raised the price of this one drug, Revlimid?
I receive very generous compensation, but I don't know the exact number that you're referring to.
In fact, you personally received half a million dollars personally just by tripling the price of Revlimid. So to recap here, the drug didn't get any better. The cancer patients didn't get any better. You just got better at making money. You just refined your skills at price gouging. And to be clear, the taxpayers spent $3.3 billion on Revlimid, 3.3 Medicare, 3.3 billion.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's just sharing that with y'all because
Well, I hope y'all were able to hear because it was kind of low.
yeah.
Were you all able to hear that? I know it was kind of low.
Yeah, just let us know if y'all were able to hear that. I don't know if YouTube is gonna stop us.
Nah, it's on Facebook.
That's
babe.
on Facebook.
Yeah. We got a new vegan in the house. Well, oh, that's Charlie. She's a new vegan.
Congratulations on your new journey. Yeah.
Honeypot said, "Yeah, I want that video." Okay, good. But do you guys see the importance of taking? And this is how we take our power back. This is when we say take your power back. This is what we mean.
Mm-hmm.
Take your power back, because it is. I always say this. It is so crazy to put your health, to put your life into someone's hands, right? You're being sickness. You being sick is how they pay their bills.
Yes.
So why would I trust my health? Why would I trust my livelihood to someone who needs me to be sick?
Oh no, this.
What's that? Oh,
Sorry, that's Facebook trying
That's
to start
Facebook.
back up.
yeah. So we can't do that. We have to take our power back. We have to all the way around. We got to take our power back.
Yeah.
Live by Love said 2 years ago, my son had the flu. The doctor tried giving him some flu medicine. Man, listen, that's inflammation. If you have flu,
Yeah.
your body's inflamed.
Yeah, and that just circles around to where we are today. Okay?
Yeah,
Because there are so many ways that you can actually take care of your body
yeah.
and you don't have to break the bank.
You really don't.
Okay? It's just a matter of using your logical thinking
Mm-hmm.
and awakening the goddess that's already within you. Because when you start awakening the goddess that's within you,
Yeah.
so many options, so much power is given back to you.
Yes.
So let's stop separating things. Let's understand that we have both within us
Yes.
and that we have to bring both of those together so that when we come into our twin flame unions, we don't have all of this fuckery of the runner and chaser phase.
Right.
Because when you, and this is just our belief, and if it resonates with you, cool. If not, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to be in a twin flame relationship and not have the run and chaser phase, bring your divine masculine and your divine feminine together within you first,
Mm-hmm.
and let your partner do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And you all will have heaven on earth.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that you're balanced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being balanced, making sure that you have really done your integration, and you have, if you have childhood trauma, make sure that you heal yourself from your childhood trauma. My little Sarah told me the other day. Well, no, was it today? She told me that today, or was it yesterday?
one?
I think it was today. She was telling me about how, in her, because she has an astral world. In her astral world, her memories are in films.
Mm-hmm.
They're in films, and she said, if you have trauma, it's stored in a section of the film.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
And she said, now you can get help to heal that trauma by people that's called the people who visit. And the people who come to visit, they're called tours. Visitors. That's what she said. So they visit and their names are tours. And she said, let me show you what it looks like. And she went on the computer and she typed in tours. And when she typed in tours, these are these ancient ruins that came up. And she said, this is what it looks
You
like.
didn't tell me that part.
Yeah.
Hold on.
She pulled up tours. She's like TORS. And she said, this is what it looks like. And she said, when you open up the tours or whatever it is, she said you can see the whole story of what took place, and they give you the opportunity to heal it.
You didn't tell me that.
That's it right there. She said
one?
that's exactly what it looks like.
Which one?
Like this right here. She said it looks like that. Like it's like a square. The tours, that's what they look like.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So she's
hold on. Okay, now hold on, because this probably about to bring a download for me, because this is something that I've been going through. But scale back just a little bit. Start from the part where she first talked about where the memories are stored.
She said the memories are stored in, it looks like a film. So each memory that you have, it's stored in a film, even the trauma memories. And she said the trauma memories are healed by people who come to visit. There are people who come to visit and they help you to heal the memories. And the people's name they're called tours. So they're the visitors, right? Visit tours. So the people who come to visit, their name are tours, and they help you to heal your trauma. But you have to open up the tours. They come like in a box like that, and you have to open up the door. And when you open up the door, you see the full story of what happened. Instead of seeing your version, because this is how we don't really get to heal, or things get distorted, because sometimes we look at situations, circumstances, and people from a very narrow perspective.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
So when you open this up, you're not seeing your narrow perspective. You're actually seeing what took place. And so with you seeing what took place, the tours give you an opportunity to heal your trauma. Now, this is what's going on in her astral world. She's telling me about her astral world.
Like this is pretty deep, and I'm about to switch over and show you all this, and I'm gonna explain to you why this is so deep, and then I can't scroll back. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, these kids be telling us a lot of stuff about their astral.
Hold on a second.
Sarah got a whole astral world going on. Like she'd be creating all types of stuff over there.
Okay, so so what you're seeing here are these rock formations. Now, this actually speaks to what we had mentioned before about how everything vibrates, because everything is always in motions. And for those of y'all who are not aware, there are rock beings. Now, this may be a little bit woo-woo or go over your head, but please forgive us. Just bear with us. If this resonates, awesome. If it doesn't, awesome.
They are.
But these rock formations are real, because when you see rock formations like this, or if you see something like this, or there are quite a few different ones. Like it's like you can't explain a human making it, and you can't explain nature making it. It's just something that shows differently, and that is not centered up right. Hold on, let me get this up. So yeah, so when you see stuff like this, it's actually there for a reason. And my hypothesis on this is that if you're not aware of the veil pretty much being thin to not there at all, you can really start to see things and you can experience things on a whole different level.
Yeah.
And if you are anywhere near some of these rock formations, if you're in Arizona, you've probably seen a lot of them. These are tour, and it's actually called a tour,
That's
which is
that's what she told me. She said
which is so crazy.
they come to visit, but their names are tours, and she's like, "I'll show you." And she got her new laptop, so she went and she typed in tours, and she's like, "Yep, there it goes." She's like, "That's what they look like." Yeah. So
That is
that's pretty interesting.
from the mouths of babes, boy. I tell you,
They know a lot of stuff. They know a lot of stuff.
golly, put me in my
Listen to
place.
y'all
That's just-
kids. Your kids, they've been here. They're actually closer, you know, to the other side because they're still fresh. You know, they're little, so they'll remember more things than us, obviously.
Yes.
But you just have to
Yes.
pay attention to when they say things, especially their dreams. Pay attention to their dreams because sometimes they do have really important things to say. What?
I'm sorry, just a thought came to mind. And if this is true, y'all gonna see some pictures up on our Instagram page. Because if my memory serves me correct, there are a lot of different rock formations like this in front of schools.
Oh yeah, they do. They have them in front of courthouses, even the Buckingham Palace. You know, different like you know those metaphysics stores. Any place that is of importance to these
Yeah.
elites, check it out. You will see these rocks, these
rock
statues or
formations.
rock formations.
No, I don't mean the statues. I mean the rock formations because there's one fascinating. Yeah, there's a rock formation like that in front of at least two of the schools that I know for sure.
Man, these
And I
schools-
passed them quite a few times, and I always it for whatever reason they stood out to me, and I didn't know why they stood out to me, but now it is making perfect sense as to why they are standing out. So that's that's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, but it's
So,
okay. I
it's-
mean, listen, just because things are not in our awareness doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. All it means is just that it's just not within our awareness as yet. But guess who knows these things? Okay, the club that we're not a part of. We don't want to be a part of it neither. This big club, they know these things. This is why they call it esoteric. Esoteric meaning hidden,
Yeah.
hidden knowledge. And they hide it for a very specific reason. And they replace it with relegua, which is shackles, you know,
Yes.
chains to hold you down and to keep you heavy so that you're not light, right? But that's another video. We're gonna get into that.
That's a whole different video. So
I'm about to pull a card for the collective.
yeah, we're gonna pull a card for the collective, and then we're gonna get out of here.
I'm about to get out of here. If you guys want to do, if you guys are interested in booking a session with us, please feel free to go to our website, twinflameunite.com.
There you go.
twinflameunite.com. And you can book a session with us. We are doing couple session also. So if you wanted to do a couple session, we're doing that also. I think that will be up. I thought it was already up.
Yes. And Miss Alexis, we can thank you for that inspiration.
Yes.
So we'll definitely be sending you your sponsor check in the mail. But the synergy reading, after we looked into it, I mean it was something along the lines of what we did already, but just the organization of it is just it's beautiful. So that's something that we're going to start incorporating in our couple sessions.
Yeah.
So definitely look out for the update for that on the website. And once again, for our Royal Twin Flames, if you are a Royal Twin Flame, you have access to 22% off all sessions. So definitely make sure that you grab those savings. And with the holidays coming up, you all definitely want to take a look into our clothing store as well, because we got some new stuff that's coming out, some new products that we're looking into. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because with the holiday seasons coming through, hey, somebody may want some twin flame stuff, or they might want some spiritual clothing. But definitely check that out for holiday season. Just putting that out there.
You know what? This is crazy. I'm just gonna read it anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
I keep shuffling this pack, and this card keep falling out, and I keep putting it back, and it keep falling out, and I keep putting it back, and it keep falling out, and I put it. This is the fourth time that this jumped out of the deck, and I'm thinking this is for somebody specific in the room. Okay, I don't know why it keep coming up, but it just won't stay in the damn pack.
Ooh.
So this card
Go ahead.
says, my.
I'm gonna hold it up for you.
Somebody higher self is trying to bring a message.
Ooh. This is the card that popped out 4 times.
That's crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Release your ex.
I don't listen. This might be for somebody in the
It's
room.
for somebody.
Because that bad boy literally jumped. It kept jumping out, and I kept putting it back. I'm like, this is not the vibration we doing tonight. Come on now, This is not what we doing tonight. But
it's for somebody.
It's for. I feel like it's for somebody.
Either somebody on the live or
on the
somebody watching
replay.
it on the replay.
Yeah.
If you know it, you feel it. There's no question.
Yeah, it's no question. And again, it's all about resonance.
Mm-hmm.
If it don't feel like it fit, then it doesn't fit. Don't force it, okay? But that's for somebody.
If the gloves don't fit, then you must have quit.
Ooh. Ooh.
Trying to cock me for you.
Yes.
Boy.
So it's time. The time has come to clear your energy field.
Mm-hmm.
Time to clear your energy field, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. Okay, let's get a collective card now. Now that that's out of the way. Can we get a collective card now? Jeez Louise. That was a very determined card. Whew. Cheese on bread. I never seen nothing
But you know
like
what? Just feeling intuitively, there are some people who are actually in a relationship with their twin, but because they had such a hell of a road with their karmic individual, that they're still kind of mowing over or revisiting that relationship from time to time. It's time to let that relationship go and focus what's right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on what's right in front of you,
Yes.
which is your partner, your twin flame, or whoever that special individual is at this present point in time. Focus on them and stop living in the past. That
Yes.
relationship is gone.
Let it go.
There you go.
Stop letting Peter pay for Paul.
Yes.
Peter is over with, and it's unfair for Paul to have to pay for everything Peter did. Because sometimes we get stuck, and poor Peter, he's just paying for everything Paul did wrong. Poor Peter don't got no trust. There's no trust in Peter because what Paul did.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta let it go. We gotta start over. Let that man give that man a chance.
What's that?
Wow. Okay, there we go. So this is our thing right now.
Is something else?
Something else jumped out. Wow. Okay, so we got 2. I wanted 1. All right.
Oh,
here we go.
You know what? We're gonna go with this one first because just based off of what I just said, the person who's with you now, they definitely can't be the one.
Oh, you just said that.
I mean, it goes right in alignment with what I just said.
Holy smokes.
So focus on the one that's in front of you. Don't worry about that ex. That ex is gone. Okay? Focus on them. And what does this say? You've already met your romantic partner that you seek.
That's beautiful.
And then in addition to that, once again, this also ties into what I just said, which when I said to focus what's right in front of you,
Make the effort. That's dope. That jumped out right after the other one.
make the effort.
That is beautiful.
Okay? Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take.
Wow, that is beautiful.
So yeah.
And just on that note, I did have one more thing that I wanted to touch on. I know we said we was going to be out, but I think this one is important to really understand, overstand, and understand how the weather can affect us energetically. We are electrical beings, okay? And so we have to really start incorporating these this perspective into our day-to-day life and into our relationships, and really understanding how the sun affects us, how the moon affects us, the solar energies, the solar flares. We really have to start educating ourselves to see how they affect us, because it's really ludicrous. It is really literally ludicrous for the plants to grow with the sun, right? And for the ocean to be affected by the moon, right? And in knowing that we are pretty much the same elements, we are 75% water. So if the moon is affecting the tides and we are 75% water, it's going to affect us, guys. It's going to affect us. And the sun, if the sun is nutrients for the plants, we really not that far off. If they're living, their life. And so if it affects the plants, it's going to affect us also.
Yep.
So we have to be very cognitive of the weather and energetically paying attention to where we're at, right? And in understanding, the cycles. This is another one of the 7 Hermetic principles, understanding the cycles, not just the menstrual cycle, not just your sleep and wake cycle, but the cycles of life, okay?
Yes.
Knowing how things work, the rhythm of things, that's another one, okay? So in understanding this, we have to look at the cycles of the moon. Get familiar with the moon and how it works. Right? So in the beginning of the moon, the new moon, this is when you really start planting stuff, ideas. You start nurturing your ideas. And this is just so you're working with the planet. So your things manifest a lot easier. Even in your relationships. Watch how you communicate with your partner when it's a new moon, all the way up to when it's it's waxing season, because whatever you plant with your partner, with your ideas within that time frame, when the full moon comes, you just gonna get it. So listen, if you've been bickering with your partner from new moon to waxing season, and all you're doing is bickering and doing a whole bunch of petty stuff, when the full moon come,
you're gonna get it.
You're gonna reap that. You're gonna reap all of that. You're gonna get all of that. So we just have to be mindful, be very mindful of who we are. And this is what it means to know who you are. Man, know thyself.
Yes.
Because when you really know who you are, you can really have a more productive, meaningful, and fulfilling life. Just because you don't want to pay attention to it, it doesn't mean that it's not affecting you.
Nope.
All it means is that you don't want to pay attention to it.
That's all.
Okay?
That's it. That is it, family. And with that being said, we are going ahead and go call it night. I know our boy Carrick already checked out on us, but we love you, brother. We love you.
Yes.
So we're going to do the same, and we love you all
so much.
Okay, and we will be checking back in soon.
Yes.
And with that, we out.
We out, guys. Peace.